we've got even more brand new lore regarding the Dark Angels, and for me, this is probably one of the best updates yet. This all came out, of course, with the release on Christmas Day, showing off the brand new Belial model, the Deathwing Assault box set, and of course, those Inner Circle companions, because this is what's going to change the Dark Angels forever. So let's jump in and let's get waffling. Now, just briefly to pick you all up and get you all on the same level so you understand what this new piece of lore truly means. The Lion returned to Warhammer 40,000. With him are a bunch of Risen Marines. These were previously fallen, but the Lion has redeemed them, still loyal to the Imperium. The Lion went and helped the Dark Angels fight against Vashtor. On that battle, he fought against Angron, bashed Angron's face in with his shield, and then the Lion went back to the Rock with the Risen and the Dark Angels. And from that, the big question was, what's going to happen with these Risen? What's going to happen when the Lion finds more Fallen and deem them Risen? What the hell is going to happen with the Dark Angels seeing this? How are they going to react? And I now think we have that in this brand new segment of lore, because on Christmas Day, when they showed off the brand new Belial, they also showed off the brand new unit, the Inner Circle Companions. And the bit of text I'm going to put in the background now is taken from the Warhammer community article, and it states, the Dark Angels are secrecy incarnate, and the Inner Circle Companions are a mystery even to the Grandmasters of the Unforgiven chapters. What is known is that they began to appear shortly after the return of Lionel Johnson, safeguarding the chapter's mightiest heroes, captains, librarians, and legendary figures like Asmodai, with great sweeps of their Calibanite greatswords. So straight away, there's a few big things in that just little bit of text. Now, I am 100% convinced that these Inner Circle Companions are the Risen. These are Risen models. They mysteriously returned the same time Lionel Johnson did. It's like, come on, we know that we know that you know that we know kind of thing, right? We all know that these deep down are new Risen Marines. If you look at the models, I put some in the background right now, the armor has like old marks of, and like Mark 7 and stuff like that. And we'll get onto the models later on, because there's a big subject to talk about the actual models themselves. Now, the next thing is that their secrecy is like unknown to the Unforgiven chapter masters and stuff like that. So they're a secret to them. And I think this has been purposefully put in place by the Lion to like Azrael and like the really, really big senior people in the Dark Angel chapter. Because if the Unforgiven chapters started to learn about possible Fallen who have been redeemed by the Lion, working in their ranks, working next to them, saving them, fighting alongside them against the enemies of the Imperium, that potentially could cause a lot of, arguments, a lot of debates. Maybe some chapters would refuse to even work with them. Rebellion may be on the hand of the Dark Angels instead. So it's probably best to say, hey, these are just secret Dark Angel warriors that we've kept for a long rainy day to unleash on the galaxy to help you and assist you in your battles and the wars to come with Chaos and the Xenos forces. And another thing to really pick up on from that segment of text is that they are going to be working with these legendary heroes that we know, like Asmodai. Like, if Asmodai doesn't know he's being protected by someone that he was once hunting, then I find that absolutely hilarious. If he does know, like, the Inner Circle Companion's true identity, and he knows it was once a Fallen but is a Risen, then does that make Asmodai, like, kind of, I don't know, like he's going out judging all these people, but he's literally being saved by someone he was once hunting? Come on, Asmodai, do you have a foot to stand on in your interrogations going forward? It's a really, really cool new inner debate now, I personally see, for the Dark Angels, because we saw what happened in the lore there was a character called Bors, who is this amazing Risen character. He's got like an eye patch on and stuff like that. And in the Arks of Omen book, the Lion, he went over to tell Azrael to fall back to the ships because the Lion told Bors to tell him to get the Dark Angels out of it. And he put like his pauldron, he put his hand on Azrael's pauldron. And Azrael in that moment felt like utter disgust. Like he looked at him like, who the hell is this? This guy disgusts me kind of thing. Because Azrael knew like what he really was. He was a fallen rather than this so-called risen that the Lion has redeemed him. So Azrael, knowing about these, working with these and stuff, is this going to cause a conflict going forward? Are they going to be shunned? Like, surely there's going to be like a book and lore series about this. Surely someone's going to ask questions like, who the hell are these guys? Where have they come from, right? Well, I'm just supposed to keep quiet in the corner? This guy just turned up with a huge claymore saying he's my new friend and he's going to protect me. Someone has to ask these questions. Surely this secret now is going to get out. And when it does get out, that is going to shock the chapter even more. Because, of course, we know, like, only the inner circle really know about the so-called traitors and stuff like that. So it's new lore. It's great lore. There's even more secrets now. There's even more interesting plot points for the Dark Angels, I feel, now, with a Risen coming back. I think now what we truly need is, like, Risen characters. We've got the so-called inner circle companions as models themselves, but to actually have characters attached to that, I think that would be even cool. Come on, GW, give me like a Bors model. That would be amazing. And just to end the video, I want to talk about the actual models, the look of the models themselves. Yes, we've all seen them. I personally think they're absolutely gorgeous, but they have a cross look of Primaris and Firstborn. Do you think the inner circle are going to cross the Rubicon Primaris as the Risen have now been following the Lion into this new world? Are they going to embrace the new world of the Primaris Marine? Because there's been people out there who've been like comparing the models, and it's looking like they're like Primaris size, these inner circle companions. Yes, like I said, they've got like the old marks of helmets on because they're veterans. They probably kept their own helmets and all that kind of stuff. That's another interesting fact added to this whole lore debate as well, is that literally fallen Marines, which you could argue were branded as chaos at one point by the Dark Angels, right, are now loyal and have now received this so-called Primaris treatment. If that is the case, that is another huge big debate, another huge talking point in the lore to happen with these inner circle companions. I cannot wait to get this new Dark Angel Codex. I'm sure it's going to be filled with a bunch of new lore. Well, hopefully it is, right? It's going to be filled with what the Lion's been doing, where he is at the moment, what his new role is within the Dark Angels, the Inner Circle companions, what they're doing, who they're protecting, do people really know? Is there hints of who they really are? Like, just look at the armor. They kind of look like Fallen, right? It's like, come on now, someone use your common sense. It is a great time going forward for the lore, and I'm absolutely excited. But I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. If you've got any thoughts, feedback, anything like that, post it down below, and we can have a nice little chin wag, as we always do. See ya, have a great day, and goodbye.